God says, a huge miracle is happening in 30 seconds. Don't tell anyone. It's only for you. Don't skip this. This is not random. This is not just a feeling. This is divine timing, and you are in it. God saw the heaviness you kept hidden from the world. He saw you still worship when your world was crumbling. He watched you bless others while your heart bled silently. That didn't go unnoticed. You think your prayers were delayed, but child, they were being shaped into a miracle so specific, so personal, that it had to be hidden until now. In 30 seconds, the first ripple of that miracle begins. You didn't just stumble into this moment. This was written. This was seen before you were born. The ache in your chest, the quiet worry you wake up with, the longing for something to finally break in your favor, it's all about to be answered. This is God speaking over your life, saying, enough, it's time. The doors that were sealed shut are about to break open. The chains that kept repeating patterns in your life, they're snapping. Right now, comment 1111 if you believe. Do you know why you're still standing? Because my hand never left you. When they left you, I stayed. When you couldn't sleep because the fear kept creeping in, I was holding you. When your prayers seemed to go unanswered, I was preparing something that needed time to fully bloom. That pain wasn't wasted. That delay wasn't denial. You were being set apart, not set aside. And now, the hour has come. You need to hear this. You are not forgotten. You were not overlooked. The miracle that's coming is not just an answer, it's a statement. It's proof to your enemies, your doubts, and your deepest wounds that I have always had a plan. This breakthrough is the kind that doesn't make sense. The kind that lifts you out of places you thought you'd never escape. The kind that makes others wonder how you're still standing, and the answer will be God. In the Spirit, I see chains breaking. I see your name being whispered in rooms where blessings are being released. I see provision chasing you down, not because you begged, but because you are. My child, I don't bless you because you're perfect. I bless you because you're mine. You've gone through the fire and didn't burn. You walked through the valley and didn't lose your faith. That qualifies you for what's coming. I need you to understand this. I am not asking you to beg. I'm asking you to believe. Don't fight for crumbs anymore. You are seated at my table. The miracle that is unfolding is tailored. It fits your life, your pain, your story. And it will bring healing not just to your life, but to those watching you. Yes, people are watching. But what they're about to witness is not your downfall, it's your divine rising. Some of you have been tested beyond what others could endure. I saw you cry in secret. I heard what you didn't have the strength to say out loud. And still you got up. Still you tried again. Still you gave. That heart of yours, that's what I'm responding to. Not your perfection, your persistence. And I promise you, I'm not a God who forgets. Don't skip. Don't turn away from this. There are moments that shift the entire direction of a person's life, and this is one of them. My Spirit is hovering over you, speaking directly to the weary places in your soul. You've been asking me, when is it going to be my turn? My answer is, now. Not someday, not next year, now. There are angels already on assignment. Healing is moving through your body. Financial chains are breaking. Rest is returning to your mind. You'll sleep again. You'll laugh again. You'll trust again. You'll thrive again. I am restoring all the enemy tried to drain from you. And what's coming will be so good, you'll forget why you even cried. Comment 222 if you trust this. And listen, just once if your heart is open and your spirit is receiving this, like this video. Not for numbers, but as an act of agreement. that you're ready, that you believe, that your soul is saying yes. I know the wait has been long. I know you've wondered if I even heard you. But I never turned away. I counted every tear. I marked every sleepless night, and I stored every one of your prayers. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was ignored. And now, you're going to see why I asked you to hold on. You weren't just surviving, you were being set up. Set up to shine in a way no one saw coming. Set up to overflow. You were made for more than the struggle. You were created to carry glory, and that glory is being poured out. You will not go into the next season empty. You're going full of peace, full of vision, full of strength. I am not a man that I should lie. What I promised you, I will do. My word over your life will not return void. And even if you don't feel it right now, trust this. The shift has already begun. Heaven's clock does not delay. And I have declared that this is your hour. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are not late. You are not cursed. You are not too broken. You are chosen. And the miracle that's coming in these next moments will confirm it all. Let the world say what it wants. Let the doubt scream. But you, stay still. Be quiet. Let me work. You'll know it when it happens. You'll feel it in your bones. The phone call, the healing, the opportunity, the open door, the peace. It's not far, it's coming. And when it arrives, you'll remember this moment. You'll know heaven came close, just for you, just you. Keep your heart open, keep your eyes up, and do not fear the shaking around you. The shaking is making space. Space for the miracle I've held in my hand, waiting for the right second to release. That second is now. There are moments in your life where heaven touches earth in such a powerful way that everything changes, and this is one of those moments. Don't scroll away from this. You are standing in a divine alignment right now, and your obedience to stay connected to this word is your step of faith. You've been hoping for a sign. You've begged for confirmation. Here it is. I am confirming it now through my voice. You are seen, you are loved, and you are about to be lifted. There's been delay, I know, but I didn't forget you. I delayed to prepare the miracle, not to deny you. I had to move some things around. I had to protect you from people who couldn't go where I'm taking you. I had to build strength in you so you wouldn't crumble when the blessing came. You thought I was punishing you, but I was preparing you. Because this next season requires more than wishful thinking, it requires unwavering faith. And that's what I've built in you through the trials. Comment 333 to declare your faith. There are people who counted you out and situations that nearly crushed you. But none of that will have the final say. I will. I am rewriting the script. You won't end this year the way you started it. You won't carry that pain forever. The miracle that's unfolding is going to touch every corner of your life. It's going to break chains in your family line. It's going to destroy cycles of lack, fear, and failure. You're not just receiving a miracle, you're becoming one. You may not see the full picture right now, but trust me, I've already cleared the path. The favor is prepared. The opportunity is ready. The right people are being drawn to you, not by accident, but by my spirit. I am orchestrating connections that will bless you beyond your imagination. And when they ask how it all happened, your only answer will be, God did it. That's the kind of miracle this is. This isn't about luck or timing. It's about destiny. You were born for this moment. You've endured what would have crushed others because I placed something strong inside of you. My spirit has kept you. And now, That same spirit is going to elevate you. You'll rise from the ashes of disappointment. You'll rise from the weight of grief. You'll rise from the silence of unanswered prayers, and you'll rise with power. The enemies of your soul wanted you to believe it was over. They wanted you to settle, to doubt, to quit. But I never called you to surrender to fear. I called you to stand. And because you stood even with trembling knees, I am rewarding you. Heaven celebrates every moment you trusted me when nothing made sense. That trust is unlocking the miracle you've been waiting for. You won't have to chase this blessing. It's chasing you. You won't have to strive. Just believe. This next move is not about your effort, it's about your faith. You've already done more than enough. You've already proven your heart. Now rest and watch me work. I will not fail you. I never have, and I never will. This is why you couldn't quit. This is why it hurt so badly. This is why it took so long. Because what I'm doing in you is so holy, it had to be hidden until now. But now I am revealing it. I am making it visible. I am turning the invisible promise into a visible testimony. People will see it. You will feel it. It will be undeniable. You're not cursed. You're not broken. You're not behind. You are covered. You are called. You are mine. And what belongs to you is coming. You will not lose it. You will not miss it. No demon in hell can stop it. I sealed it with my word, and my word does not return empty. You will soon step into rooms you once only dreamed of. You will walk through doors you didn't even knock on. You will receive blessings you didn't have to fight for, because you already fought the private battles. Now I am fighting for you. I am releasing angels to go before you. I am surrounding you with peace that doesn't make sense. I am pouring joy back into places that have been dry for too long. Comment 555 if you're ready to receive joy again. Even if everything around you looks the same right now, don't be fooled. The miracle is already in motion. What I do starts in the unseen, but it always shows up in the seen. Don't go by what your eyes see, go by what your spirit knows. And your spirit knows this is not the end. This is the beginning of something beautiful. You've waited long enough, you've prayed hard enough, you've carried that weight long enough. This is the release, this is the shift. This is where the page turns. You're going to laugh again without heaviness. You're going to wake up with peace instead of panic. You're going to walk in rooms and feel safe, confident, and strong. Because I am restoring what the enemy tried to steal. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed. A 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you, starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. My child, don't doubt what I can do. If I raised the dead, I can raise your hope. If I parted the sea, I can open doors no man can shut. If I fed thousands with nothing, I can provide for every one of your needs. Don't let the world tell you I'm distant. I'm closer than your breath. I'm right here, and I'm moving now. I have loved you through every failure, every setback, every sin, and that love has not changed. I don't love you because you're strong. I love you because you're mine. And because you're mine, I am about to blow your mind with what I've prepared now. And I promise what's coming will redeem every moment that hurt you. This is what the enemy feared. This moment right here. Because the second you believe what I'm doing, even if you can't see it yet, that's the second chains start to fall. That's when fear loses its grip. That's when heaven begins to flood the places in your life the enemy tried to ruin. That's what this miracle is about. Not just fixing things, but restoring what was stolen, what was lost, and even what you gave up on. Comment 1212 if you feel restoration calling you. You haven't just been walking through pain. You've been walking through a spiritual reset. I've been realigning everything. I've been pruning, shaping, and strengthening you. I didn't leave you in the fire to burn. I left you in it to refine you. And now, your spirit is coming out shining like gold. The things that used to break you won't have power anymore. The lies you believed about yourself are dissolving under my truth. I'm showing you who you are: chosen, loved, strong, unshakable. That's why the pressure was so intense. You weren't being punished, you were being positioned. You're not going backward. You're about to leap forward. My favor is surrounding you like a shield, and what no man could do for you, I'm doing in the spirit right now. Where others rejected you, I'm lifting you. Where doors slammed shut, I'm building new ones that only you can walk through. You're not late. You're perfectly timed for a divine surprise that's about to unfold. I'm not just answering your prayer, I'm going beyond it, because I know the things you don't even say. I hear the unspoken aches. I see the silent dreams. And I'm telling you, nothing you surrendered was in vain. Nothing you gave up was lost. I've been storing every seed, every act of love, every tear, and now the harvest is here. And it will be more than enough. Not just enough for you, but for others you'll bless through it. You're stepping into a season of clarity. No more confusion, no more wondering what's real and what's not. I'm exposing lies. I'm revealing truth. I'm giving you eyes to see what's been hidden and ears to hear what heaven is declaring. You won't stumble through this next part of your life. You'll walk with confidence, because my spirit is guiding your every step. I'm not giving you pieces anymore. I'm giving you the full picture, the full blessing, the full breakthrough. There's no force on earth or hell that can block what I've declared over you. My word is final. When I say it's your time, nothing can stop it. Don't let fear rob you of this moment. Don't let doubt creep in. You've waited too long, fought too hard, to walk away now. Stand still and watch me do what only I can do. I'm moving in your home, in your health, in your mind, in your future. Everything is being touched by my hand. You think you've lost too much? Watch how I restore it. You think you're too broken? Watch how I make you whole again. You think it's too late? I make all things new. My timing is perfect, and your story is not over. You're about to walk into a testimony so powerful, it will silence every voice of shame, every whisper of failure. What you thought was the ending is only the beginning. I've just turned the page. Comment 777 if you feel the page turning. I know your heart has been tired, the constant trying, the waiting, the wondering. But this miracle I'm sending will renew your strength. You will run and not grow weary. You will walk and not faint, because I am lifting the heaviness. I'm breathing peace into the parts of you that forgot how to rest. I'm reminding your soul how it feels to hope without fear again. Your faith is rising, and with it, your future. You are not forgotten in the crowd. I've watched every small act of obedience, every time you chose to trust me when it was hard. And I want you to know, I'm proud of you. You didn't give up. You stayed in the fight. And now, your reward is here. My favor will go ahead of you. Doors will open without effort. People will show up in your life sent by me. You won't have to force anything. I will make a way. This is not a temporary high. This is a permanent shift. This is the moment the old cycles break. The moment you stop repeating what used to drain you. The moment you realize you are not who you used to be. You've grown. You've healed. You've survived what others didn't. And now, it's time to live. Not just survive, but live with joy, purpose, and divine protection surrounding you every step, even in the places that still feel broken. I'm moving. Even in the situations you've given up on, I'm breathing life. This is where resurrection begins, where things thought dead come alive again. Relationships, dreams, peace, they're not gone. They're coming back, and they'll return better, stronger, full of me. You won't have to settle. You won't have to shrink to fit anyone's expectations. You are expanding. Your spirit is enlarging to receive more than you've ever had. My child, don't compare your journey. I didn't call you to be like them. I called you to be mine. And your path is marked with miracles they weren't meant to carry. That's why your struggle looked different. That's why your process felt heavier. But the weight of it is turning into glory. What was heavy will now shine. What was dark will now glow. Because I am making all things new, and you are first in line. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You're not forgotten. You were never overlooked. The silence wasn't abandonment, it was preparation. I was working in places you couldn't see. I was fighting battles on your behalf while you slept. You thought I was distant, but I was closer than ever, holding you when no one else could understand what you were carrying. And now, I'm unveiling what I've been preparing all this time. Get ready, because your miracle is not in the distance, it's here, at your feet. I know your heart needs rest. Life has thrown blows that left you breathless. But here's my promise. I will be the breath in your lungs again. I will restore your joy. I will steady your feet. You've been walking through fire, but you will not come out smelling like smoke. You will come out with wisdom, with strength, with a testimony that breaks chains off others. Yes, you, the one who felt invisible, the one who kept showing up when nothing changed. You're about to see why I asked you to hold on. Comment 999 if your heart says this is for you. What's coming for you isn't just for you. It will spill into your family, into your children, into generations after you. The curse that tried to run through your bloodline stops with you. The healing starts with you. The blessing multiplies through you. I chose you not just to receive, but to be a carrier of something holy. That's why it's felt heavy. You've been carrying more than just your own story. You've been carrying destiny. You're not weak. You're not behind. You're not disqualified. You are rising, and I'm lifting you myself. I am placing you in spaces you didn't strive for. I am bringing favor to your name without you having to prove anything. Because I know what's in your heart. I know the battles you've fought just to wake up and keep going. That quiet strength you thought no one saw, I saw it, and I honor it. You think too much time has passed. But I am the God of redemption. I can restore what was lost in years with a moment, one encounter, one open door. One divine connection can make up for all the time you thought was wasted. Nothing in your life is beyond my reach. No detour is too far. No failure is too final. I turn ashes into beauty, and I'm doing it now, for you. The loneliness you've carried, I'm lifting it. The questions that haunt you at night, I'm answering them. The fears that replay over and over in your mind, I'm silencing them with my peace. You've carried burdens that were never meant to be yours. Give them to me. I will carry them. I will trade your heaviness for joy, your confusion for clarity, your sorrow for purpose. You've been asking me, why is it so hard? Because you are called to higher places. And higher places require stronger foundations. I've been building you, quietly, intentionally, layer by layer, strengthening your spirit, sharpening your discernment, teaching you to hear me clearly, because where I'm taking you, you'll need more than comfort, you'll need courage. And I've been preparing that in you, even when it didn't feel like it. There's a fresh wind coming, a new beginning, and it's not coming through your effort, it's coming through your surrender. When you let go of trying to control it all, I step in fully. I can do more with your surrender than you can with your striving. Trust me, lay it all down. Watch how quickly things shift when you give me the space to move. This is not about earning a blessing. This is about receiving it. You've already done the hard part. You've already endured. Now open your hands. Let me fill them. I don't give half-hearted blessings. I give in full measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That's what's coming for you. Blessings that overflow. Comment 1010 if your hands and heart are open. I know people didn't see the cost of your journey. They saw the smile, not the weight behind it. They saw your kindness, not the nights you wept in silence. But I saw it all. And I'm not just blessing you because you held on, I'm blessing you because of the purity of your heart. You didn't let the pain make you bitter. You stayed soft. You kept loving. You kept believing. And now, it's your time. You're not just going to survive, you're going to thrive. You're going to wake up with excitement instead of dread. You're going to see the evidence of my love written all over your life, in open doors, in restored health, in supernatural peace, in divine protection. I have never left you, and I never will. I walk with you through every valley, and I will celebrate with you on every mountain. Let me say this again so you hear it deep in your spirit. This is your time, not next year. Not when you think you're finally ready. Now, my power is made perfect in your weakness. You don't need to fix yourself to receive this miracle. Just be still. I will handle the rest. People will look at your life and not understand how it turned around so quickly. They won't know the tears, the battles, the faith it took. But you'll know. You'll know it was me. You'll know that it was grace, that it was mercy, that it was the fulfillment of every whispered prayer you thought I forgot. And you'll stand tall, not with pride, but with gratitude, with worship in your heart, with tears of joy, because everything you thought would break you ended up building you. Every time you thought you were forgotten, you were being protected. Every delay was saving you for something better. You've cried out for help, not just in words, but with your whole life. Every time you forgave when it hurt, every time you stayed kind despite being broken, every time you kept praying, even when it felt like nothing changed, those moments were louder than any shout. I saw them. I treasured them. And I am responding. I am coming with fire and with peace. Fire to burn away what was meant to destroy you. Peace to settle your heart once and for all. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Your tears are turning into testimony, not someday, not in theory, in reality, in this moment, in your life. You won't have to pretend anymore. You won't have to carry the weight of trying to look strong. I'm making you strong. And not the kind of strong that comes from striving, but the kind that comes from my spirit resting on you. You will walk different, speak different, live different, because you'll know deep down that I'm with you. You've been feeling something stir in your spirit. That wasn't just emotion. That was me. That was my presence awakening your faith again. You've been walking with your head down for too long. Look up. Your help is here. Not coming, not maybe. It's here. I have never forsaken you, and I never will. Even when you ran, even when you doubted, even when you didn't understand me, I never left your side. Comment 1515 if you believe he's always been with you. I've watched you pour out into everyone else. You gave when you had nothing left. You encouraged others while you battled your own storms. You showed up when no one clapped for you. And now it's your turn. I'm pouring back into you. The overflow is coming. It won't be a trickle. It won't be delayed. It will rush in like a flood. And it will heal you in places you forgot needed healing. Don't be surprised when people ask what changed. They'll see the glow. They'll feel the peace around you. It won't be something you can fake. It'll be the mark of my presence. Because when I show up, everything changes. And I'm showing up for you in this hour, not with noise, but with power. The quiet kind, the holy kind, the kind that brings real, lasting peace. You won't have to chase what I'm bringing. You won't have to beg for what's already yours. You are stepping into a season where things begin to come to you, not because you earned it, but because you endured. This is your reward. I'm a God who sees, a God who remembers. And I'm remembering you now, not for judgment, but for blessing. This is favor that follows you, that surrounds you, that won't let you go back to who you used to be. Stop second-guessing yourself. Stop wondering if you're too flawed to be used. I don't choose the perfect, I perfect the chosen. And you, child, are chosen. Chosen for glory. Chosen for breakthrough. Chosen for such a time as this. I placed a light inside of you that no darkness can snuff out. I placed my word inside of you, and it's going to speak louder than fear, louder than shame, louder than every voice that told you you wouldn't make it. This is the moment when you begin to believe again. When you stop settling, when you stop shrinking to make others comfortable. I'm calling you higher. I'm calling you to see yourself the way I see you. Strong, bold, forgiven, clean, free. You don't need to carry the old identity anymore. Let it go. You're not who you were. You're not your past. You're not your lowest moment. You are redeemed. I have not brought you this far to leave you now. You didn't survive everything just to return to the same cycles. You're breaking free, for real this time. The chains are coming off. The patterns are shattering. The fear is dissolving. You'll look back and wonder how you even lived like that for so long, but don't look back with regret. Look back and give thanks. Because I brought you through it, and now I'm bringing you into something new. Comment 1717 if you're ready for the new. You are not alone in this. I have surrounded you with angels, with protection, with grace. Even when it felt like you had no one, I was with you. And I sent unseen help more times than you can count. The accident that didn't happen, the door that didn't open, the moment you almost broke, but didn't. That was me, and I will keep showing up again and again, because I'm not done with you. What I'm doing in your life will not be rushed, but it will be right on time. You've tried to force it before. You've tried to make things work in your own strength. And I let it fall apart not to hurt you, but to protect you. Because I don't want just any blessing for you. I want the right one, the one that lasts, the one that brings joy and not sorrow, the one that reflects my heart for you. Let your heart rest now. Let the striving end. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too broken. I am healing you even now as these words meet your soul. I am softening the places that grew hard. I'm melting away the bitterness. I'm replacing the anxiety with assurance. I've got you. I've always had you. And I will never let you go. Even when others give up on you, I don't. Even when you doubt yourself, I still believe in what I placed inside of you. I know your story from beginning to end. And trust me, it ends in glory. It ends in victory. It ends in peace. You don't have to figure it all out. Just stay with me. Trust me. I'll lead you every step of the way. There is a reason the pressure increased before this moment. The enemy always strikes hardest right before the breakthrough. He wanted to break your spirit. He wanted you to give up, but you didn't. You stayed when it would have been easier to quit. And that alone has positioned you for what I'm about to do. Because the kind of miracle I'm releasing into your life is not small. It's not ordinary. It's the kind that shifts atmospheres and silences every voice of doubt that's ever spoken against you. I'm not just giving you a miracle, I'm giving you a sign. A confirmation that everything you believed for was not in vain. The years you spent waiting, hoping, praying, they were not wasted. You were being rooted, strengthened, sharpened, so that when this moment came, you would be able to carry it. You've been asking, when? And I'm telling you, now, not a day later. Now. My timing is perfect, and this is your moment. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You won't have to beg for peace anymore. You won't have to chase answers. I'm going to settle some things for you so clearly that you'll wonder why you ever worried at all. That's how I move when I step in. Confusion has to go. When I speak, fear breaks. When I show up, everything changes. And child, I'm already here. Comment, Amen, if you believe God is already moving. Don't let the past convince you that you're not worthy of what I'm doing. You've been forgiven. You've been cleansed. You've been made new. My mercy didn't run out on you. It found you at your lowest and lifted you higher than you ever thought you could go. The same grace that carried you through that pain is now launching you into purpose. You don't have to carry shame anymore. You don't have to replay old regrets. I've already buried that. What I've spoken over you is greater than anything that's ever been spoken against you. You've had moments when you felt like maybe I changed my mind about you. Like maybe the calling wasn't real. But let me tell you clearly what I started in you. I will finish. I am not a God who walks away. I'm not a father who gives up halfway. I'm the one who stays, the one who finishes, and you, my beloved, are about to walk into a finished work. A moment that will declare, it was all worth it. You've been stretched, pressed, pushed to the edge, but all of that pressure was preparing something glorious. I was stretching your capacity so you could receive more. You thought you were being broken, but I was expanding your heart, your spirit, your reach, and now the increase begins. Not just in resources, but in wisdom, in strength, in influence, in joy. This isn't just about getting by anymore. This is about living in abundance. You've been in survival mode for too long. But I didn't create you just to survive. I created you to shine, to rise, to reign in life through me. You're stepping into your identity again, not what the world told you, but what I placed inside you. The real you is waking up. The version of you that believes, that hopes, that trusts boldly. That version of you is who I've always seen, and now it's your time to live like it. The people who misunderstood you will soon see the favor on your life and wonder what changed. And the answer is simple. I touched you, I covered you, I called you, and no one can cancel what I've ordained. You've been walking quietly, but the season of hiding is over. I'm about to put you in places that match what I put inside you. No more shrinking, no more playing small. I'm raising you up. Comment 222 to declare trust in this next level. This is why it had to take time. This is why you had to walk through certain things. You weren't just being delayed, you were being equipped. I was giving you eyes to see differently, ears to hear me clearly, and a heart strong enough to carry the assignment. You thought it was punishment, but it was preparation. And now that the preparation is done, the release has come. There is a fresh wind coming to your house, a breath of renewal. You'll feel it in the way peace returns, in the way you wake up without that old heaviness, in the way favor starts to find you in unexpected places. This is not coincidence. This is me showing you I've never stopped working. I've just been building something that needed time to mature. You've been tested, yes, but now you will be trusted with more. You're not the same person who started this journey. You're wiser now, stronger, more in tune with my voice. And because of that, I'm about to place things in your hands that others lost. Because you know how to protect it, you know how to carry the weight of it with humility. You've been emptied, and now I'm filling you up again. This will not be like last time. This blessing will last. This peace will stay, because you've been transformed in the waiting. You've allowed me to shape your spirit, and now your character matches your calling. The ground beneath you is holy now. It's ready. You're ready. The miracle is ready. You didn't miss it. I need you to hear that again. You did not miss your moment. Even when the doors slammed, even when others moved ahead, you were still on my path. I reroute, I restore, I redeem. What was stolen is being returned. What was broken is being rebuilt, and it won't be like it was before. It'll be better, stronger. You're not going back to what you lost. You're moving into something entirely new. The fear that's followed you for so long is breaking now. The fear of failure, the fear of being alone, the fear that you'll never see the promise come to pass. I'm not giving you a moment of peace. I'm giving you a lifetime of it. I am anchoring your soul in truth so deeply that even the hardest winds won't shake you anymore. You've wavered long enough. It's time to stand firm. You are not who they said you were. You are not your lowest moment. You are not the disappointment you carry around in silence. You are my child, my beloved, my chosen one. And I am cleansing your identity. I'm wiping away every label that life and people tried to put on you. You are who I say you are, and I say you are favored. Comment Amen to agree that you are chosen. Don't be discouraged by the slowness of what's unfolding. You've been trained to think that fast means blessed, but I move in layers. I heal in deep places. And what I'm building in you requires roots, not just branches. So, if it took longer, it's because I was planting something that will last, not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. Because yes, your miracle isn't stopping at your door. It's spilling into the lives around you. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are about to become evidence that prayer works, that God listens, that obedience matters. People who doubted your journey will see the fruit it produced, and they'll know it wasn't luck, it wasn't talent, it wasn't timing, it was me. I'll get the glory, but you'll carry the blessing. I'll do the lifting, but you'll walk in the reward. It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be undeniable. You've been asking for one answer, but I'm about to give you more than that. I'm about to give you clarity, direction, provision, and peace all at once. You won't have to choose between being blessed and being at peace. You'll have both, because that's what I want for you. Not just to survive, but to live. Not just to get by, but to overflow. Do not despise where you are. You're closer than you know. The pressure, the waiting, the stillness, it's not punishment. It's the womb of something holy, something forming. And what's forming will not be rushed. You don't rush miracles, you receive them, you carry them, and then you testify. You are in the middle of that process right now. Don't rush. Just stay with me. Comment 1111 if you believe what's forming is holy. Your voice matters to me, not just your needs. Your voice, your worship, your prayers, your praise in the storm. They rise before me like incense. They move things in the spirit. Never think that because you're quiet, you're unseen. I see you. I hear you. And now the response is being released. You'll see it in moments so personal that no one else will even understand. That's how you'll know it's me. The chains that have stayed in your family for generations, they stop with you. The patterns, the cycles, the shame, they will not pass through you to your children. I'm cutting it off. I'm starting something new. A new legacy, a new way, a new peace. I didn't just save you for you. I saved you for what's coming after you. For the children who will never know the pain you carried because you chose to believe when it was hardest. Don't underestimate what I can do in a moment. Years of suffering can be healed in seconds. One word from me can change the trajectory of your life. One moment of favor can do more than a lifetime of effort. Stay in position. Keep your spirit open. I'm moving faster than you think, but you have to stay connected to me, not distracted by the noise. There are blessings that don't look like blessings at first. Delays that are really redirections. Setbacks that are setups. I know you didn't want to go through what you did, but I promise you when you look back, you'll see how I used even that. Nothing is wasted. Every pain, every no, every closed door, it all had purpose. And now that purpose is revealing itself. I'm opening your eyes in this season. Not just to see what's ahead, but to recognize what I've already done. You missed it sometimes because you were focused on what you didn't have. But now, I'm reminding you of how I kept you. How I made a way when there was none, how I sent people, provision, peace right on time. And I'll do it again. You're not stepping into this season alone. My presence will go before you. My spirit will guide you. And my peace will guard your heart. You won't have to beg for clarity, I'll give it freely. You won't have to search for answers. They will come. And when they do, you'll walk forward with boldness, because this time you'll know I sent you. You've carried weight that didn't belong to you. Expectations, regret, guilt. You've blamed yourself for things that weren't your fault. And I'm here to tell you it's time to lay it down. The only thing I ever asked you to carry was faith, not fear, not shame, just faith. And even when your faith was small, it was enough, because I saw the heart behind it, and I never needed you to be perfect. I just needed you to stay. That's what you did. You stayed. You stayed in the fight. You stayed in the waiting. You stayed in the pain, trusting I'd pull you out. And now, because you stayed, I'm lifting you. This lifting won't come with chaos. It won't come with confusion. It will come with peace. You won't question if it's from me, you'll know. Deep in your spirit, you'll feel it. Because when I give good gifts. Not ones that leave you empty, but ones that fill you to overflowing. Comment 333 if you've been holding on with faith. I've seen the places where hope was barely holding on, where the smile on your face didn't match the ache in your chest, where you wondered if your story still mattered. Let me remind you, your story has always mattered. Every chapter, every page. Even the ones you tried to hide. I was there, in the middle of every single one. And I am redeeming the parts you thought disqualified you. I'm turning your mess into ministry, your pain into power, your wounds into wisdom. The world measures strength by how loud you are. But I've seen your silent strength, the strength it took to keep going when no one noticed. The strength to forgive when you never got an apology. The strength to choose me when everything inside you screamed to run. That strength is what I'm honoring. That kind of faith shakes heaven. And because of it, I'm shaking things in your favor. You think it's small the way you keep showing up, but I don't. I see it as an offering, a living sacrifice, a declaration that you still believe. And that belief is unlocking doors that have been sealed shut. Not because you forced them open, but because you waited on me. Because you trusted me. Because you put it in my hands when yours was shaking. Now, let me show you what I can do. There are things you stopped praying about, things you gave up on quietly, dreams you packed away, assuming it was too late. But I haven't forgotten them. I'm reviving what you buried. I'm breathing on what you thought was dead. And when it rises, it won't come back broken. It'll come back stronger, better, restored by my hand, not by your effort. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds, but this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You won't have to go back to what hurt you just to feel loved. I'm bringing love to you, real love, the kind that stays, the kind that reflects my heart. You won't have to shrink to be accepted. You won't have to explain your worth. I've already declared it, and anyone meant to walk with you will see it clearly. They'll honor what I've placed in you. Comment 555 if you believe love is coming from God, not pain. Don't worry about what you've lost. What's ahead of you is greater than what's behind you. I never subtract without multiplying later. You thought it was gone forever, but I'm the God who restores, the God who brings beauty out of ashes, the God who turns graves into gardens. And you're about to see it with your own eyes. The loss was real, but so is the comeback. This next season won't require you to strive. It will require you to trust, because what I'm bringing can't be earned. It has to be received. And I'm teaching you how to receive again, how to let me bless you without guilt, how to enjoy peace without wondering when it will be taken, how to walk in joy without bracing for disappointment. This is your portion now. This is your promise. I've prepared a table for you, not in secret, but in the presence of everything that tried to destroy you. And I didn't just prepare it for show. I prepared it so you could feast, so you could rest, so you could know that I've always had the final say. That no matter what others tried to do, they couldn't touch what I've covered. You won't be returning to who you used to be. That version of you served its purpose. But I'm doing something new now. I'm awakening parts of you that have been dormant. Your creativity, your passion, your boldness, your vision. It's all coming back, not from your own strength, but from mine. You'll rise with clarity and purpose like never before. This is the miracle you didn't see coming. Not loud, not flashy, but deep and undeniable. The kind that brings tears to your eyes, not because you're hurting, but because you finally feel whole. The kind that doesn't just fix the outside, but heals the inside. You've needed this, and I'm delivering it. There's a reason your heart still hopes, even after all that went wrong. It's not just your strength, it's my spirit in you. Every time you whispered, "God, I trust you," even when everything felt like it was falling apart, you weren't speaking into the air. You were aligning with heaven. And those quiet declarations of faith, they moved mountains you didn't even see. You thought nothing was happening, but I was making a way. Underground, behind the scenes, and now what was hidden is rising into view. You're not waiting for me to begin, my child. I already have. The miracle is already unfolding, step by step, moment by moment. The shift began when you chose to believe instead of breaking. When you chose to forgive, even when it hurt. When you chose to trust me again, even when your heart was still healing. That choice was the key. And now the door is opening. I know you've had moments where you said, "God, I'm tired," and I heard you. I didn't ignore your weariness. I collected it, I measured it, and I'm repaying it with joy, with peace, with blessings that will chase you down and surprise you when you least expect it. You will no longer live in survival mode. You will no longer wake up dreading the day. You will rise with purpose because I am filling your life with it. Comment 777 if you're ready for divine purpose to flood your life. No more going through the motions. No more pretending everything's okay when you feel lost inside. I see you even in those quiet moments when you're holding it all together for everyone else. And now I'm saying, let me carry you. Let me take what's heavy. Let me lift what's too much. You don't have to be strong alone. I am your strength. I'm not expecting perfection. I'm just asking for surrender. You've trusted people who didn't value you. You've hoped in places that let you down, and that's made it hard to believe again. But this is different. I am not like them. I do not lie. I do not leave. I do not promise and then forget. I am not moved by moods or opinions. My love is constant, my hand is steady, and my word will not return void. You may have been forgotten by people, but not by me. I've kept you hidden, not rejected, protected, not ignored. I was preserving you for the right moment. Because what I'm giving you now isn't just a blessing, it's a responsibility, a calling, a new mantle, and it had to come at the right time. This is that time. You're not being overlooked. You're being positioned. I'm placing you where your voice will be heard, where your gifts will make room for you, where your heart will be safe to grow. You won't have to force your way in. You won't have to fight to be seen. I'm preparing the space. I'm opening the door. All you have to do is walk through it when I say, now. Comment 1010 if you're ready to walk into what God has prepared. There are things you've been battling in private that no one knows about. Temptations, anxiety, loneliness, thoughts that try to pull you down, but I'm bringing light into those dark corners. I'm not afraid of what you're struggling with. I'm not surprised by it. I came for it. I came to rescue, not to shame, to restore, not to condemn. Let me in. Let me heal the parts you've been hiding. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You don't have to clean yourself up first. You don't have to have it all together. I specialize in broken things. I rebuild what the world throws away. And you, my beloved, are not beyond repair. You are worth saving, worth healing, worth choosing. I chose you, knowing every part of your journey, and I still say you are mine. What's ahead of you is sacred. It's not flashy. It's not for attention. It's holy. It's meant for your good and my glory. I'm restoring your sense of wonder. I'm restoring your faith in beauty, in love, in joy. You've seen enough of the pain now. You'll see the promise. And you'll taste the fruit of every prayer you planted in the dark. Even your delay has purpose. You think you're late, but you're actually on divine time. I held certain things back not to frustrate you, but to protect you from what you weren't ready for. And now, you're ready. You've grown. You've changed. You've been refined in the fire, and now you can handle what's coming without it breaking you. Don't look back. You're not going that way. Keep your eyes forward. What I have for you is ahead, not behind. Let go of the need to understand everything. God is trying to reach you, and you always skip God. Don't hurt him by ignoring this. Something unexpected is going to happen in 30 seconds. I know life has been unkind lately. You've carried more than you should have. Your strength is worn thin, and sometimes you wonder if anyone sees how hard it's been to keep going. But God has seen every single moment. He's watched you weep alone. He's stood near as you broke silently behind closed doors. He's been trying to reach you, not to scold you, not to punish you, but to help you, to lift what's been crushing you. But you keep scrolling past his voice, ignoring the light, because the dark feels familiar now. Don't do that again, please. This time, stop, breathe, let him speak. If your heart is even slightly open, comment 1111 to agree with this right now. Something is about to shift. Not because this video is magical, but because your heart is finally still enough to receive what God's been preparing for you. He's not a distant God who just watches from above. He's a loving Father, broken over the distance you've allowed between him and your heart. He's not angry with you. He's not punishing you for your pain. But he is aching for you to turn around, to come back, to stop tuning him out when he's the only one who truly knows what's coming. The reason this matters so deeply is because your life is about to enter a moment that could either move you into peace or further into chaos. And your choice, right now, to listen, to open your heart, could change what happens next. God never forces his way in. He knocks. But if you don't open the door, you can't receive what's behind it. You felt empty for a reason. You felt like something is missing for a reason. It's not just stress. It's not just bad luck. It's spiritual. You've been unplugged from your source. God is the power you've been disconnected from. There are blessings with your name written on them. Protection you never even realized was already covering you. But you've been walking blindly, unaware that the very things sent to destroy you couldn't touch you because God stood in the way. You don't even know how many accidents didn't happen, how many betrayals were blocked, how many breakdowns were postponed, just because He said, "Not yet. They're not ready. I'm still reaching them." You are chosen, not just wanted, but hand-picked. Out of all the people, all the souls in the world, He keeps pursuing you. Doesn't that mean something? You didn't have to hear this right now, but you did. That alone is proof that God hasn't given up on you. Even when you've pulled away, even when you've cursed His silence, He's still calling. And He's not giving up until you finally realize He is the only one who's never left. God's presence has been so near lately, but your heart has been too loud to notice the anxiety, the noise, the scrolling, the comparing, the chasing. It's drowned out the still, soft whisper that has been trying to calm your storm. You don't need another escape. You don't need another distraction. You need restoration. And that comes not from the world, but from the one who made you. God's not mad that you've been distant, but He's broken that you don't trust Him enough to come close. He's seen you run to everything else, to people who let you down, to habits that leave you emptier, to ideas that promise peace but bring confusion. And through it all, He's waited, because love waits. But now, time is moving, and something is coming that will shake the very ground you walk on. He doesn't want you caught unprepared. He wants you anchored in Him before the wave hits. Like this video, if your heart is open. You may not even understand why you feel the pull right now, but it's not just emotion. It's the Spirit of God speaking to you in the middle of your wandering. You've been praying for signs, for direction, for proof that God hears you. And here it is. You didn't stumble here. Heaven placed this moment in front of you because you're standing on the edge of something big, a breakthrough, a redirection, a healing you didn't think possible. But you won't see it unless you slow down and listen. You won't receive it unless you open your hands and let go of the things you've been clinging to so tightly. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds, but this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Stop holding on to pain that's already been carried to the cross. Stop trying to carry battles that belong to the Lord. You've been tired because you're fighting in your own strength, but the Word says, "The Lord will fight for you. You only need to be still." Do you hear that? He never asked you to have it all figured out. He never asked you to be perfect. He just asked you to trust Him, to make room, to say yes. And you're scared, I know. Trust is hard when you've been hurt. Faith feels risky when the past is full of letdowns. But God is not people. He does not lie. He does not fail. He does not promise what He won't finish. And if He says He's with you, He is. Even now, even here, even in your mess, in your fear, in your doubt. This is your moment to respond. You've skipped Him too many times. Don't skip this. Not when heaven is still calling your name. Not when grace is still within reach. Comment 222 if you trust this. God is ready to pour peace over you in a way you've never felt. But you have to stop resisting. Stop second-guessing. You are His. You've always been. And He's reaching you now because something unexpected is near, and He wants you protected, prepared, and positioned for what's coming. Don't miss it this time. That's not just emotion. That's not your imagination. That's the presence of the living God knocking again. And this time, you didn't skip past him. You're still here because something in you knows this is more than just a video. This is divine alignment. You need to understand how much you mean to him, not just in words but in truth. He made you. Every breath in your lungs is from him. And yet, when you cry at night, he doesn't turn away. When your heart is heavy and you say nothing, he still listens. You don't have to perform to be loved by him. You don't have to earn what he already gave on the cross. But he longs for you to stop pushing him away. Every time you silence that voice calling you back, it wounds his heart. Not because he's angry, but because he loves you that deeply. Comment 333 if you believe he loves you even now. Let this sink in. You were never alone. Even in your darkest hour, he was there. Even when you cursed the sky, he stayed. Not one tear has ever gone unnoticed. He remembers the things you've tried to forget, the pain you buried, the shame you carry, the choices you regret, and still he calls you his child. You've skipped too many of his signs, but this one is your second chance. Don't shut your eyes this time. There's something he needs you to hear, something that could change everything. God is not done with you. He's just getting started. The enemy tried to convince you that your best days are behind you, that the damage is too deep, the scars too visible, the past too heavy. But God's word says otherwise. He says, I am making all things new, not some, all. That includes your story. That includes the parts you don't speak about. He's not intimidated by your mess. He's not disgusted by your weakness. In fact, his strength is made perfect in your weakness. He wants to rebuild the life that was torn apart. But you have to stop skipping the foundation, and that foundation is him. Right now, heaven is moving around your situation. You can't see it, but things are shifting. What felt stuck is starting to stir. That sickness you feared, that loss you've been grieving, that door that stayed closed, it's not the end. God is the author of your story, and he doesn't end on a loss. But you must surrender the pen. You've tried writing your own chapters, and they've left you empty. Give him back the pen. Let him write healing into your life again. There are angels assigned to you. Protection surrounds you more than you know. That car accident that almost happened but didn't. That time you felt a sudden pull away from a bad choice. That person who walked out and left you crushed, but later you saw it saved you from deeper pain. All of that was God's hand. You've been kept because you're called. Don't take that lightly. You're not ordinary. You're chosen. And the weight you feel, that's because the calling on your life is heavy. But the one who called you will also carry you. Comment 555 if you believe you're called for something more. The enemy's biggest goal is to distract you, to make you too busy, too hurt, too distracted to notice God's voice. And when you skip the moments where God is speaking, you miss the very help you've been praying for. You're tired because you've been running in circles, hoping something breaks. But God says, be still and know that I am God. Not just when things are easy, even now, even when you're confused, especially when you feel like giving up. That's when he does his best work. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to see how it all fits. All he's asking is that you trust him enough to stop running, to stop brushing him off. What if the very thing you've been asking for is on the other side of your surrender? What if the miracle is waiting, but you're delaying it by refusing to open your heart? God doesn't need perfection. He wants honesty. Come to him as you are, with the pain, with the doubt, with the sin, with the brokenness. He can handle all of it. He just wants you back. Look at how far he's brought you. You're still standing. You've survived things that others didn't. You've cried tears no one saw and still woke up the next day. That's grace. That's proof that He hasn't let you go. And now, more than ever, He's reaching again, not with condemnation, but with compassion. He's saying, "Return to me. I'm not done. I still have plans for you. Good ones." What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The Bible says, "I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That's not just for others, that's for you. Your name is written in heaven. You were created for purpose. That anxiety that's been hovering over you, it's not your identity. That fear that grips you at night, it's not your future. That mistake you can't shake, it's not your name. You are loved. You are redeemed. You are still being pursued by the one who leaves the 99 just to find the one that wandered. And you are that one. Don't miss this moment. Don't brush it off like the others. This time is different. God is not reaching to scare you. He's reaching to save you. And not just spiritually, but emotionally, mentally, even physically. That situation you've been secretly stressing about, He already sees it, and His hand is already working behind the scenes. You may not feel it yet, but your faith is the doorway. Every time you say yes to Him, even in the smallest way, heaven responds. Because the time is getting closer, and what's coming is not small. This isn't about fear, it's about preparation. Heaven is trying to get your attention because your life is standing at the edge of a shift, and whether that shift brings blessing or breakdown will depend on whether you respond now. Don't treat this moment lightly. You were meant to hear this. Comment 1212 if you believe this is for you. Some of you have been living in a fog. You get up, you go through the day, but deep inside you feel numb. You've prayed, but it felt like your words bounced off the ceiling. You've asked for signs, but maybe you didn't recognize them. Or maybe you saw them but doubted yourself. Let me tell you clearly, this is your sign. God has been trying to reach you, but the noise of life has drowned Him out. And the enemy loves when that happens, because a distracted heart is a vulnerable heart. He's been using delay, disappointment, even fatigue to keep you from hearing what God's been saying. But today, your spirit heard it. That's why you're still listening. That's why this moment is hitting differently. The fog is starting to lift, and God is calling you out of the numbness and back into fire. Not the fire of pain, but the fire of purpose. He never meant for you to just survive. You were made to rise. But you cannot rise while staying disconnected from the one who gives you wings. This isn't about religion, it's about relationship. God isn't interested in just rituals and Sunday performances. He wants your heart, every piece of it, even the messy parts. You've skipped too many of His calls. Every time your heart stirred and you pushed it down, every time you said, "Not now, God." Every time you told yourself you'd come back to Him after things got better. But He's not waiting for your life to be perfect. He's waiting for your yes, the broken yes, the trembling yes, the tired yes. That's enough for Him. He doesn't need your strength, He gives it. He doesn't need your perfection, He covers your weakness. What He wants is your trust. Comment 777 if you feel God pulling you right now. You may not see the full picture yet, but you don't have to. That's the beauty of faith. You move before the answer shows up, because you trust the one who goes before you. And God has already gone before you in this. He knew you'd be here in this exact moment, hearing this exact truth. He knew the pain you'd walk through. He knew the weight you'd carry. And he also knew you'd need to hear this before you made your next move, because the next move matters, and he doesn't want you walking into it blindly. There's something about to unfold in your life. It's going to look sudden. People might even call it a coincidence, but you'll know better. You'll know it was the result of this moment, this shift in your heart. God works in patterns, in promises, in perfect timing. And when he moves, it's swift and sure. But he needs your heart to be in the right place so you can carry what's coming. Because some blessings require preparation. You can't pour new wine into old wineskins. And God can't pour new favor into a heart still clinging to fear and bitterness. You've been holding on to some things too long. People who hurt you, seasons that broke you, words that wounded you. God is not asking you to pretend it didn't happen. He's asking you to release it so he can heal it. There's a weight on your shoulders that wasn't meant to stay there. He wants to lift it, but you have to let go. Surrender isn't weakness, it's the doorway to strength. It's where healing begins. And if you're brave enough to say, God, I give this to you, he's ready to flood your life with peace like you've never known. You are not forgotten. That lie has to die here. The thought that God only blesses other people, that somehow you've been passed over, that is not truth. You are not behind. You are not invisible. You are not too broken. You are in the palm of his hand. The same God who parted seas, who raised the dead, who shut the mouths of lions, that God is watching over you, not because you earned it, but because he chose you. And when God chooses someone, no enemy can unchoose them. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You don't have to fear what's coming. Yes, something unexpected is near, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's beyond your control, but not beyond his. The same God who saw the storm coming also prepared your shelter. You don't need to panic. You need to posture your heart, get rooted in him. Speak his name in your home. Read his word out loud. Walk into the next day knowing that whatever rises, you are not walking alone. The power that raised Jesus from the grave lives in you. That is your covering. That is your strength. Some of you have been waiting for a word, a confirmation, a push. This is it. You've waited long enough. The time for hesitation is over. It's time to choose God again, not half-heartedly, not just in crisis, but fully. He wants to walk with you in every part of your life, not just when you're broken. Let him into the places you've kept locked up. Let him heal what you've stopped even praying about. He hasn't given up on you. That dream you buried, he remembers it. That part of you that stopped hoping, he wants to bring it back to life. Miracles haven't stopped. God is still in the business of healing, of restoring, of flipping situations overnight. But he's looking for hearts that will believe again. Hearts that will trust even when it hurts. That's where the breakthrough happens. Not when everything looks good, but when you believe even when it doesn't. That kind of faith shakes the heavens. And you have that inside of you. Even if it's just a mustard seed, it's enough. He can work with that. He will move mountains for that. You've spent too many nights thinking maybe he's stopped caring. Maybe your prayers aren't getting through. Maybe he turned his back, but he never left. Even when your heart felt cold, even when your spirit felt empty, God was there, waiting, watching, protecting, and now he's calling louder because he knows what's coming. He sees what you don't, and he's trying to get your attention before you step into something without him. This isn't a warning to scare you. It's a wake-up call to protect you. Comment 999 if you believe God is waking something up inside you. Don't ignore this moment. Don't treat this like just another passing word. You've asked for direction. You've cried for clarity. But when God shows up quietly, in a whisper, in a moment like this, are you willing to hear him? Are you willing to stop scrolling long enough to realize this could be the very answer you've been waiting for? God speaks in the stillness. He moves when we pause. And maybe the reason things have felt stuck is because you haven't slowed down enough to receive. God knows how weary your soul is, how tired you are of pretending to be strong. You've been carrying pain that no one else knows about. You've been breaking silently, and even the people closest to you don't see the full weight of it. But God does. He sees beyond the smile, past the silence, right into the middle of your wounds, and he's not repelled by it. He's moved by it. He wants to heal the places you've tried to ignore, the ones you think are too far gone. There is no scar too deep for the hands that were pierced for you. You may feel forgotten by people, but you are seen by heaven. Heaven has never taken its eyes off you. There are prayers you whispered years ago that God still remembers. He has not abandoned his plans for your life. He has not given up. The timeline may look different from what you expected, but the promise hasn't changed. What he spoke over you is still alive, but you must stop running from his presence and start sitting in it. You've tried everything else. Isn't it time to return to the one who never left? God doesn't just want to fix what's broken. He wants to restore what was lost. Joy, peace, trust, confidence, passion. The parts of you that hardship stole, he's bringing them back. But restoration doesn't come through rushing. It comes through surrender. You don't need a 5-step plan. You need one step. Come back. Just come. Even if you feel unworthy, especially if you feel unworthy, his love covers everything you think disqualifies you. You're not too late. That's a lie the enemy uses to keep you stuck. God doesn't look at your past and see failure. He sees a child who's still breathing, which means there's still purpose, there's still hope. You're not waiting for permission to be loved, you already are. You're not trying to earn your way back into his arms, you never left them. Even when you rebelled, even when you ignored him, even when you skipped his voice 100 times, he stayed. Comment 1515. If you believe it's not too late for you, you're not reading this because of luck. You're reading this because God's mercy is still chasing you. That feeling in your chest right now, that pull that's not anxiety, that's the Spirit stirring something inside you. Don't ignore it. Don't silence it. This is the start of something holy, something real, something lasting. God is about to shift things in your life, not just the external stuff, but the internal battles, the fear you wake up with, the sadness that lingers at night, the weight that doesn't lift, even when life looks okay on the outside. He's going after that, the deep places, the hidden pain. He's coming not just to comfort you, but to heal you fully. But you have to let him in, not halfway, not only on the days you feel strong. Every day, every piece. Some of you have built walls so high around your heart because you've been hurt, even by people who claim to represent God. And now your guard is up not just toward others, but toward him. But he's not like them. He doesn't manipulate. He doesn't abandon. He doesn't take advantage of broken hearts. He restores them. You've been wounded in sacred places, and God knows how to handle those wounds with gentleness. Let Him. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. There's a breakthrough coming, but it starts with obedience. It starts with choosing to hear when He speaks, to stop skipping the nudge, to stop brushing off the conviction. He's not trying to control you, He's trying to save you. From things you don't see yet, from pain that could be avoided, from delays that don't need to happen. Every time you say yes to His voice, you make room for Him to move. This is not just about a spiritual moment. It's about your future, your relationships, your calling, your peace. When God reaches out, it's because He's making a way where there hasn't been one. But your response is the key. Don't hold back. Don't shut down. Don't wait until everything falls apart to give Him what He's asking for now. There is more for you, more than just surviving, more than just pretending you're okay, more than empty scrolling and numb routines. You were created to walk in power, in peace, in freedom, but you can't do that while staying disconnected from the source of all life. He's not reaching for you out of duty. He's reaching because He loves you, because He misses you, because He knows the storm that's near and wants you under His covering before it breaks. And in all of that, God was still there, waiting patiently, waiting lovingly. Not forcing, but inviting. Not demanding, but drawing. And you being here proves that His love is still reaching through all of it, right now. You've skipped His voice before. You've overlooked the signs. You've turned away from the gentle nudges. And He knows why. Maybe you were hurt. Maybe you didn't think you deserved to be close to Him. Or maybe life just got loud and hard, but despite all of it, He's still speaking. He's still calling your name, and He's saying, "Come home. Come back to the peace you've been missing. Come back to the joy you haven't felt in years. Come back to the purpose that was planted in you before you were even born. You're not too far gone. You're not too broken. You're not too late. And you're not the exception. You're exactly the one He's calling. Not because you're perfect, but because you're His. Comment 1010 if you believe that God still wants you. Let this sink in. There's been a war over your attention. The enemy knows that if he can keep you distracted, he can keep you disconnected. He's used pain, failure, disappointment, and fear to make you question whether God even sees you anymore. But God sees. And He's been moving in quiet ways, behind the scenes, even when you didn't notice. That closed door, that sudden redirection, that unexpected pause, it was never random. It was protection. It was mercy. It was the hand of a loving Father pulling you out of something before it crushed you. You've been so focused on what didn't happen, you didn't notice what didn't hurt you. The accident that never came, the betrayal that didn't break you, the breakdown that never fully swallowed you. You made it through things that should have destroyed you, and you didn't even realize you were being shielded. That's how closely God's been walking with you. He's never been far. You've just been looking the other way. He's not angry. He's not keeping score. He's just reaching, again, because He wants to walk with you. Not just rescue you in crisis, but stay with you through the calm, through the joy, through the everyday life you've been trying to manage on your own. You weren't meant to do this alone. That's why you've been tired in ways rest can't fix, because your soul has been running on empty, and only God can fill that space. You've been feeling something shifting lately, haven't you? That restlessness, that strange pressure on your heart, that feeling that something's about to break open. That's not stress, that's the Spirit preparing you. Heaven is getting ready to release something over your life. And this message is part of that preparation, because you can't carry what's coming with a distracted heart. God needs your attention. He needs your agreement. And most of all, He needs your trust. Comment 1717 if you believe God is preparing something for you. There is a battle for your focus because your future is valuable. You don't fight this hard for something meaningless. The weight you feel is proof of the worth inside you. The enemy wouldn't be attacking so much if there weren't something powerful ahead. That anxiety, that fear, that mental battle that makes you question everything. It's not because you're weak, it's because you're a threat. The enemy knows what happens when you finally say yes to God. When you stop skipping His voice and start walking in His power, chains break, cycles end, generations change, legacies are rewritten, but it all starts with your yes, not a loud one. Not a perfect one, just a real one. A whisper from your soul that says, God, I'm tired of running. I want to come back. That's where healing begins. That's where strength is restored. That's where the peace you've been chasing finally floods in. You were never meant to live in survival mode. God created you to thrive, to walk in boldness, to move in purpose, to speak life. But you can't do that while skipping His presence. You can't hear clearly when your heart is only half listening. And that's why this moment matters. Because it's not just about hearing a message, it's about deciding to listen to the one who knows what's ahead. And what's ahead is big. You may not feel ready. You may not feel worthy. But God doesn't choose based on how strong you feel. He chooses based on who you are to Him. And to Him, you're not a mistake. You're not forgotten. You're not overlooked. You're a child. Loved, seen, held. You don't need to fight for His attention. You already have it. The question is, will you give Him yours? Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Let this be the moment where everything changes. Not because something dramatic happens outside, but because something shifts inside. Because your heart finally says yes. Because you finally stop brushing Him off and start leaning in. That's all He's ever wanted. To be close, to walk with you, to speak to you daily, to comfort you, to guide you, to love you fully. And He's doing that now. If your heart is heavy, give it to Him. If your mind is racing, bring it to Him. If you're afraid, let Him hold you. You don't have to fix yourself first. You just have to show up. He'll do the rest. He always has. You've lived too long in survival mode. You've learned how to smile through pain, how to keep going when everything inside you was begging to stop. But God didn't create you just to survive. He created you to walk in joy, in strength, in power. And that starts when you stop running from His presence. Not because He needs you, but because you desperately need Him. He knows how you've tried to fill the void. He's seen you reach for things that only left you emptier. He knows the moments you stayed up late because the silence felt too loud. He saw you pick up your phone instead of your Bible. He watched you drown in worry, even though He was standing right there with peace in His hands, waiting for you to look up. But instead, you scrolled past Him again. You turned to everything else but Him. But not this time. This time, you stayed. You paused. You listened. That might not seem like much to you, but in the spiritual realm, it changes everything. That pause broke a cycle. That pause opened a door. That pause let the Spirit step in. Comment, Amen, if you feel something breaking open in your spirit right now. There are things that have tried to bury you, grief, trauma, betrayal, confusion, but God didn't let them. You're still standing, and that's proof enough that His hand has been on you. You didn't survive on your own. Don't forget that. It wasn't your strength, your plans, or your willpower that kept you breathing. It was His mercy, His grace, and He's not finished. He didn't carry you this far just to leave you now, but He's calling for your attention because what's next requires preparation. You can't step into the next season with the same mindset that's been holding you back. God wants to give you more, but He can't pour new wine into old wineskins. You've got to make room. That means letting go of distractions, confessing what's been hidden, and giving God space to speak. He doesn't want just a corner of your life. He wants the whole thing. You might be thinking, I've failed too many times. I keep slipping back. But listen, God isn't afraid of your failure. He already knew every time you'd fall, and He chose you anyway. That's the kind of love we're talking about here. Love that stays, love that covers, love that redeems. You don't need to hide from Him anymore. There's nothing He doesn't already know, and still He calls you His. You've been chosen. That's why you feel this tug. That's why your heart is stirring. It's not guilt, it's a holy invitation, an invitation back into alignment, back into peace, back into the arms of the only one who's ever truly loved you without conditions. The only one who saw you at your worst and still whispered, "You're mine." Comment 222 if you're ready to return fully to God. Let's be honest, you've tried to do this on your own. You've tried to push through, stay strong, fix things, make sense of everything, but it's left you exhausted. That's not how you were created to live. You were made to lean. You were made to abide. The strength you need doesn't come from within, it comes from above. And it's available to you the moment you say, "God, I surrender." God's not waiting for fancy prayers or perfect behavior. He's waiting for honesty. He's waiting for the moment your heart cracks open enough to let Him in. That's when the healing starts. That's when the freedom begins. You've been carrying chains around your heart that He already broke. All you need to do is walk out of the prison door. But it takes a decision, a quiet, simple, desperate decision to say, "I'm not skipping His voice this time. I'm not pushing Him aside. I'm not pretending I'm okay. I want Him. I need Him." There's nothing wrong with needing God. In fact, that's the most honest, beautiful, powerful place you can be. It's where transformation begins. It's where peace returns. It's where the storms inside you finally start to calm. Don't let this moment pass without responding. You've skipped enough. You've waited long enough. And God's waited with you. But now is the time. Now is the turning point. Now is the beginning of a new thing. What God is about to do in your life won't look like what you expected. It won't come on your schedule. It won't fit your plan. But it will be better, bigger, deeper, freer. But only if you say yes. Only if you keep your heart open. Only if you let Him in completely. You've been through more than most people can imagine. Some of your deepest wounds don't even have words. And yet, here you are, still standing, still seeking, still hoping. That alone is a miracle. But God didn't bring you through all that just to leave you tired, confused, or empty. He brought you through to bring you closer, to show you that his love was never based on your performance. It was never about how well you behaved or how perfect your walk was. It was always about his grace, his mercy, his unshakable love for you. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily, and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You've skipped too many of his messages before, thinking maybe they weren't for you. Maybe you didn't deserve them. Maybe they were meant for people who prayed more, who believed more, who looked more put together. But that's not how God works. He meets you exactly where you are. In the middle of your brokenness, in the middle of your doubts, in the middle of your ordinary day, he reaches into your ordinary moment and says, "This one's for you. You are not a mistake. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. God is still writing your story. And the chapter ahead looks nothing like the chapter you just came out of." Comment 1313. If you believe your next chapter will be better than your last, the enemy would love nothing more than to convince you that this moment doesn't matter, that this is just another emotional moment you'll forget tomorrow, that nothing will change. But the enemy is terrified of what happens when you believe again, when you pray again, when you trust again, because he knows what happens when you stop skipping God's voice and start obeying it. Strongholds break, cycles end, peace returns. You become dangerous to darkness when you realize who you belong to. You belong to the one who walked on water, the one who fed thousands with scraps, the one who turned weeping into dancing, death into life, shame into purpose. You belong to the King who conquered the grave. And yet, with all his power, he still chooses to whisper to you, to chase after your heart, to gently call your name over and over, no matter how many times you've turned away. There's nothing in your past too heavy for his hands. He's not scared of what scares you. He's not overwhelmed by your confusion. He's not surprised by your sin. He knew every piece of you before you ever took your first breath. And still, he said, "This one is mine." So why do you keep thinking you need to fix yourself before coming to him? That's not how grace works. You come as you are, tired, angry, bitter, afraid, ashamed. He takes it all, and in return, he gives you rest. He gives you peace. He gives you healing. Not because you earned it, but because he loves you. If you knew how many times God has already protected you, you would fall to your knees in gratitude. There were dangers you didn't even see, accidents that were moments away, people who would have harmed you, paths that would have destroyed you, but he blocked them, silently, faithfully. And not once did he ask for applause. He just did it because that's who he is, a father who watches over his children even when they don't realize it. Comment 777 if you know God has been protecting you even in silence. You don't need to keep carrying this by yourself. That weight on your heart, you weren't meant to bear it alone. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Not advice, not rules, not judgment. Rest. You've been craving peace, but peace doesn't come from control. It comes from surrender. When you finally say, "God, I can't do this without you," that's when peace shows up. You've said those words in your mind before, haven't you? "God, I can't keep doing this." You've whispered them through tears. You've cried them into your pillow. Maybe no one else heard you, but he did. And this is his answer. "You don't have to. I've got you. I've always had you. Just come back." It's not about being perfect. It's about being willing. Are you willing to lay it down? Are you willing to stop skipping the signs, the nudges, the moments where God clearly tries to get through to you? Because He is trying. Not once, not twice. Constantly, through people, through scripture, through moments like this. And not because He's desperate, but because He's determined to see you walk in freedom, determined to see you healed, determined to see the chains that have been on your family for generations finally break with you. You are not just another person on a screen. You are someone God is choosing to reach right now, because He sees you're ready. He knows the time is now. Something is coming. You can feel it. The air feels different. Your spirit is stirring. That's not random. That's God preparing you. But preparation starts with obedience, with humility, with a simple, surrendered heart. Don't miss what He's doing because you were too busy trying to make sense of it all. Some things you won't understand until later. But peace doesn't come from understanding. It comes from trusting the one who understands everything. You've walked through seasons where it felt like God was silent, where your prayers felt unanswered. And yet here you are, not by accident, but by divine purpose, because God has been reaching for you the whole time. You may not feel holy, you may not feel worthy, but God never based His love on your feelings. He based it on His promise. He said He would never leave you, and He hasn't, not for a moment. Even in the times you ignored Him, even when your heart wandered far, even when you went searching for love and peace in the wrong places, He stayed, watching, waiting, protecting you even from what you thought you wanted. That's love. That's who He is, and now He's whispering again, come home, not to a place, but to His presence. Come home to the peace you've forgotten. Come home to the rest your soul is crying out for. Come home to the arms that never grew tired of reaching for you. This isn't about religion. This isn't about rules. This is about a relationship with the one who made you, knows you, and still chooses you. Comment 666 if you know He's still choosing you, even now. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. This life has tried to wear you down. It's thrown loss, fear, and disappointment your way. And the weight of it all has made you question if God even hears you. But He does. And what you need to understand is this: just because He's been silent doesn't mean He's been absent. Some of God's greatest work is done in silence. In the moments where you think nothing is happening, everything is being aligned. You see the delay, but He sees the perfect time. You see the closed door, but He sees the protection. You see the pain, but He sees the growth it's producing in you. Nothing is wasted, not a tear, not a day, not a single ache in your chest. He's been collecting all of it. And now, He's preparing to return beauty for the ashes. But first He needs your heart fully, not halfway, not just on Sundays. Every day, every part. That's why this message has come to you. Because there's more ahead. But what's ahead requires you to be anchored in Him. If you don't slow down now and listen to His voice, you'll walk into something He never meant for you. Not because He's punishing you, but because He gave you free will, and He won't force Himself into your life. But the moment you say, God, I'm yours, everything changes. Heaven moves, doors open. Peace floods in. You don't have to pretend anymore. Not with Him. He already sees what no one else sees. He knows the thoughts that keep you up at night. He knows the wounds you hide behind smiles. He knows the doubts you wrestle with. And still, he's here, not turning away, not giving up, but drawing closer. This isn't about a temporary emotional lift. This is about a life-altering decision, a moment where your spirit finally says, I've had enough of empty. I want real. I want him. Comment 1414 if you're ready for something real. You've seen what the world has to offer. You've tasted the temporary. You've chased peace through people, things, money, approval, and every time it left you thirstier. That's because nothing in this world can fill a God-shaped space. Your soul was made by him, for him. No relationship, no success, no distraction can ever replace him. You've been marked by heaven. You were set apart before you were even born. That's why you've never quite fit in. That's why certain paths never worked out, no matter how much you wanted them to. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. Because God's hand has been on you all along, guiding, blocking, shaping, preparing. And now he's saying, enough hiding, enough running, enough skipping the very words I've been sending to rescue you. You are seen, you are known, you are deeply, wildly loved. And nothing can separate you from that love unless you walk away from it. But you don't want to walk away. That's why you're still here. Something in you knows this is holy ground. That God is speaking directly to your heart, not shouting, just whispering, gently, like a father who's not trying to scare you but save you. Like a shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one. And you are that one. He doesn't need you to have it all together. He just wants you to be honest. Say, God, I don't know how to fix this, but I trust you can. Say, God, I don't feel strong, but I give you what I have. That's all he's asking for. A real heart. A surrendered heart. A heart that's tired of running. Because when you stop running, he starts restoring. He starts rebuilding what was broken. He starts resurrecting what you thought was dead. Hope, joy, dreams, purpose. He brings it all back to life, but only when you let him in. You're still here, and that means something in your heart is finally awake. You've heard God calling before, but this time, you didn't walk away. You didn't let it pass. You didn't let doubt drown it out. That's powerful. That's sacred. That's the beginning of everything shifting, because your willingness to pause, to listen, to receive this is where restoration starts. This is where chains begin to fall, not because you forced it, but because you finally let him in. You've been carrying pain, quietly. The kind of pain that doesn't always look obvious. It hides behind busy schedules, polite smiles, and keeping it all together. But God sees it. He's always seen it. Every silent cry, every disappointed prayer, every moment you felt like nobody truly understood. He did. He always has. And he's not looking at you with judgment. He's looking at you with compassion, with love, with arms still wide open. He doesn't just want to lift your burdens, he wants to walk through it with you. Because he never promised that life would be easy, but he did promise he'd never leave you in it alone. That's what this moment is. His voice breaking through the noise, reaching through your weariness, gently saying, you don't have to keep going like this. I'm here, let me help. Comment 888 if you're ready to let him in. You've grown used to skipping moments like this. Not out of disrespect, but out of habit. Life taught you to be skeptical, to be guarded, to question everything. So, when God has tried to reach you in the past, you didn't recognize him. Or worse, you assumed he wasn't really speaking to you. You thought, that's probably for someone else, someone more spiritual, someone more worthy. But you were wrong. He's always been speaking to you. And even now, if there's a small part of you that's still resisting, that's okay. God is patient. He's not here to pressure you, he's here to love you, to heal the places that life damaged. To remind you of who you really are, not what the world labeled you, not what your past defined you as, but who He created you to be. You are not weak. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not unlovable. You are not a failure. You are a child of God. You've been set apart, protected, chosen, and it's time you started living like you believe that. Not from a place of pride, but from a place of confidence in who your Father is. A neuroscientist says, yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. He hasn't changed. The same God who opened the sea for Moses, who gave strength to David, who stood in the fire with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who met the woman at the well when no one else would even look her way, that same God is with you now. He's still parting seas. He's still fighting giants. He's still showing up in the fire. He's still loving the overlooked, and you are not overlooked. Comment 111 if you believe God still works miracles in your life. This world has tried to numb your faith. Bad news, hard days, disappointment after disappointment. It's made you cautious with hope. You pray, but you don't always expect the answer. You dream, but you don't fully believe it'll come true. You believe in God, but part of you doubts if He'll really come through for you. And yet, here you are, still reaching, still hoping, still listening. That faith, even if it's only the size of a mustard seed, is enough. God can work with that. He can take your fragile faith and do the impossible. But you've got to let Him have your heart again. Not just when it's convenient, not just when you're desperate, every day, through every season. He's not looking for your perfection. He's after your surrender. That's what this moment is about. Not guilt, not shame, just a chance to begin again. A clean slate, a fresh start, a homecoming. You've tried to hold things together on your own, but it's okay to fall apart in His presence. It's okay to say, God, I can't carry this anymore. He'll meet you in that place, and He'll lift what you were never meant to carry. There's more for you than just surviving. You weren't created just to get by. You were created to walk in freedom, in peace, in joy that isn't controlled by circumstances. But that comes when you stop skipping God's presence. When you stop brushing aside the moments when He's clearly trying to reach you. When you stop assuming you're too far gone. You are not too far gone. You are not too lost. You are not beyond saving. God doesn't give up on people. He redeems them. He rebuilds what was destroyed. He breathes life into dry places. He restores years that the enemy tried to steal, and He's ready to do that for you. But He won't force His way in. He waits for your invitation. He waits for the whisper of your heart that says, God, I need you. That's when everything changes. That's when peace replaces fear. That's when strength floods your weakness. That's when your story begins to be rewritten. You've been marked by purpose since the beginning. Nothing that's happened to you has canceled that. Every heartbreak, every mistake, every delay, God is still using it. He's working all things together for good, even the things you regret, even the things you thought were too broken to fix. He can take the shattered pieces and make something more beautiful than you imagined. But you have to give Him the pieces. Don't hold on to the pain like it's all you have left. Let Him have it, lay it down, and trust that what He gives in return will be better than what you lost.